My love, I often find myself wondering, is life really meant to be this beautiful? Right now, it feels like it truly is. I never imagined, not even in my wildest dreams, that I could ever be this loved, this cherished, and this at peace. Being with you has transformed my world into a place I hardly recognize, a place I never thought could be my reality. I feel like a child again, carefree, laughing, and playing as though nothing could go wrong. You've opened a part of me I'd forgotten existed, a part of me that craves joy, that feels worthy of happiness, and that wants to live with an open heart. You know, love was never an easy concept for me. Growing up, I often felt overlooked, as though something fundamental was missing in my life. I would see other children surrounded by warmth and affection and wonder, why don't I have that? Why don't I feel that kind of love? Even as I grew older, that emptiness lingered. Friendships and connections always felt slightly out of reach, like I was on the outside looking in. I tried to protect myself from the pain of unrequited connections by keeping my distance, hoping that would shield me from getting hurt. Eventually, I did fall in love. For a while, I thought I'd finally found what I'd been searching for. But that love was one-sided, they didn't feel the same way, and my heart broke in a way I'd never experienced. I started to believe that maybe love just wasn't meant for me, that perhaps I was destined to lead a life without the kind of love that makes people come alive. I convinced myself that it was better not to search for love, to stop expecting romance or the affection I had once dreamed of. I fell into a routine, a life that was steady but devoid of the joy I'd once hoped for. It was as though I was merely existing rather than truly living. And then, out of nowhere, you came into my life. You entered my world so gently, so slowly, that I didn't even realize how much I needed you. You were patient with me, allowing me to take my time to trust you, to feel safe enough to be vulnerable. I remember being so cautious, holding back parts of myself, unsure if I could let you in. I made you wait before I confessed my feelings, hesitant to believe that someone could truly care for me. But you stayed, and in doing so, you changed my life completely. You brought love into my world in a way I'd only ever seen from a distance, a way I used to pray for but never expected to actually receive. You proved to me that love wasn't just a fleeting dream, but something real, something that was meant to be mine, too. You made me realize that love was, after all, written in my fate. And now, rather than questioning why I was deprived of it, I find myself thanking God every day for this incredible gift of love that He has given me through you. You healed something in me that I thought was forever broken. The love you give me has filled the spaces that were left empty for so long. You've given me a sense of wholeness, a feeling that I am truly complete. Today, I feel like the luckiest person alive, and it's all because of you. You may not realize how precious your love is to me, but it's everything. Your affection is like a warm light that illuminates my life, a guiding presence that makes each day brighter and more meaningful. I love you more deeply than words could ever express. You've become my entire world, the center of my universe, and the reason behind every smile on my face. My life has transformed because of you, from a mere existence to a life filled with happiness, purpose, and love. I am grateful for every moment we share, for every laugh, for every touch, and for every kind word that passes between us. Thank you, my love, for everything. You've given me more than I ever thought I deserved, and I feel so blessed to call you mine. Sweetheart, last night I had the most incredible dream, one that I can't stop thinking about. In it, I found myself walking down a beautiful path, carrying a few carefully chosen gifts. I didn't know exactly where I was, but there was a warm sense of familiarity guiding me toward a lovely house at the end of the path. As I reached the front door, I took a deep breath, feeling so much happiness and anticipation that it was almost overwhelming. I rang the bell, and within seconds, I heard the sound of tiny footsteps rushing toward the door. The door opened, and there, standing in front of me, was a small child, our child. He was the most adorable little boy, his bright eyes full of joy and excitement as he ran to me with his tiny, chubby legs. The instant he reached me, he wrapped his small arms around my legs in the tightest hug, as if he'd been waiting for me all day. I couldn't help but let go of everything in my hands to lift him up and hold him close. It was as if time had stopped, and nothing else mattered but that one moment. I held him, feeling his tiny heartbeat against mine, and a feeling of completeness washed over me. We laughed together, and I tossed him into the air, watching his face light up with pure, innocent joy as he laughed and squealed. His laughter was so infectious, so bright and free, that I found myself laughing with him, both of us caught in this perfect, beautiful moment. And then, just as I was lost in playing with him, I heard a familiar voice. I turned around, and there you were, smiling at us, with that gentle look of amusement in your eyes. You playfully told me to put him down, saying I was probably spoiling him. Still smiling, I set him down, and he immediately started running in circles around us, full of energy, barely able to contain his excitement. That's when I remembered the gifts I had brought, and I picked them up from where I dropped them, grinning as I handed them to you and our son. Our son's eyes sparkled as he opened his gift, delighted with the new toys inside. He ran off to start playing, completely absorbed in his new treasures. You looked at me, shaking your head with a soft laugh, and told me, half joking, that I was spoiling him far too much by giving in to his every whim. I tried to defend myself, smiling, as I told you that it was impossible to resist his adorable pleading look. Those big, innocent eyes had a way of making my heart melt every time. You just shook your head again, laughing and calling me out for being utterly wrapped around our son's little finger. I couldn't deny it, I admitted it freely because it was true. I loved him so much, and I loved you even more for the beautiful life we were creating together. I watched as you opened your own gift, and a soft smile spread across your face when you saw the beautiful outfit I had chosen for you. You gave me a gentle kiss, thanking me, then went off to try it on. When you came back, you looked absolutely stunning, even more than I had imagined. We decided to go out for dinner as a family, and as we walked into the restaurant, I couldn't help but feel so proud, so overjoyed to be part of this little family. Our son was full of energy, a little mischievous but endlessly lovable. He was bouncing in his seat, trying to look at everything all at once, laughing and talking with us in his little voice. I couldn't take my eyes off you both, feeling like the luckiest person in the world. Just as I was completely immersed in this precious moment, my alarm clock jolted me awake. I opened my eyes, feeling disoriented, as if I'd been pulled from something real. For a second, I even wanted to throw the alarm, angry that it had broken such a perfect moment. It felt less like a dream and more like a glimpse into a future that I knew, deep in my heart, was meant to be ours. I tried to close my eyes again, hoping I could fall back into that dream, but it didn't work. Instead, I lay there, remembering every detail, every laugh, every smile. I could still hear the echo of laughter in my mind, the warmth and light of that happy home lingering with me. That dream felt like more than just a dream. It was a vision of our future, a life filled with love, laughter, and precious moments with you and our child. The happiness felt so pure and permanent, as though it was etched in my soul. I believe, with all my heart, that we have a beautiful future ahead of us.